Hi, how are you? Last week we saw about the healthcare, which I did not recognize it. I'm sorry, but this week we are going to see divine healing and the heaven's care. I think that's very appropriate for us to discuss about the divine healing and the heaven's care. As long as Adam was inside the garden, he never had any sickness. But once he came out of the garden, he was into death and sickness. So basically, the sin brought him the sickness and death for the humankind, and also the sin is disobedience from the God. So, in order to free from the evil, we have to obey God's law and His commandments. The only way we can keep Satan not entering in our houses is just obey God's law and God's commandment. That's the only way we can do it. Paul writes in his book in chapter Corinthians, first chapter, 1 Corinthians, I think chapter 11, verse from 30 to 31, the disobedience will bring us sickness and death. When Israel people, came to Canaan from Egypt, the promised land, the land honey and milk was filled in. So when they entered in, they didn't live a blessed life all the way through. They had both blessings and cursings according to their obedience and disobedience. The same way, once we are accepting Jesus Christ, that doesn't promise us that we are going to live as a blessed life. That the blessed life will be according to our obedience of God, the obedience of the laws of God, obedience of commandments of the God. Modern day Christianity been failed just because of Satan's deceptive nature, and he told that you do not have to follow all the laws. It's all Old Testament. All you have to do is just follow the New Testament laws, which God says that love your neighbor like I loved you. That's all you have to do. It has everything in that one. But that's absolutely a lie. Most of us, we miss that one. We need to follow what exactly Bible says here. Okay, was that the only way that disease started coming into mankind? No. The second thing was Satan directly attacked the saints or the humankind. Job chapter 2 verse 7 says that one, Satan attacked Job from head to foot, and he was infected with a horrible skin disease. And also in John chapter 9 verse 1 to 3, there was a blind man. His Talmudians, that is disciples of Jesus, was asking, whose sin was that this man was blind? And Jesus told them it was not of his sin or his parents, it's just because to exhibit the God's glory. So the second way of entering the humankind is to exhibit the God's glory. Sin will be, the disease will be there. The third, Paul was also telling that he was having a pain or a thorn in his body. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 to 7. Why he was having it? Because he felt that one not to be, he shouldn't be proud or pride of what was his relationship with God and what was his ministry he was doing. So in order to suppress the pride in him, the pain was given to him. Exodus 15:26 says that Moses was telling to all his people, if they are not obeying the commandments and the laws, probably they'll be getting back all the plagues or plague-like diseases on them. So, sin and diseases were entered into the humankind with the disobedience, not following the God's laws and commandments, and to exhibit the God's glory, and also to the third point was when like Paul, that it was Satan's attack on the humankind. That was the third point. Okay, so but weren't there any medications and doctors on those days? Yes, there were medications and doctors. 1 Timothy 5:23 talks about they used wine as a digestive purposes. It is not for the drinking purposes; it's for digestive purposes. And also, we seen that they used wine in the weddings, right? In those days, and also about the doctor's concept. Jesus was questioned by the Talmudians that why he was always sitting with the sinners. Jesus told them, doctor always sits with the sick people. So there were doctors, and also Paul confirms in Colossians 4:14, he addresses Luke as a physician. So there were physicians, there were medications, they were treating the patients. But the medications those days were totally different from the modern day medications, because the air was pure, water was pure, land was pure, and the produce from the land was pure, and they used the pure medications, herbal medications those days, which will never give harm to the mankind. But it is not like us nowadays. The medications what we use will cause another disease to you. The medications what we use will kill your cells in your body. So that's what I was pointing out yesterday about the medications adverse drug reactions. We have to be very careful. In modern day science or modern day technology, we just cannot go like that. This modern day lifestyle, everything is polluted. The air is corrupted, water is corrupted, and the land is corrupted, and the produce is corrupted. Whatever we eat, everything we eat is so toxic. It can bring any disease over here. See, in this day, modern day nowadays, there are new diseases being created every time. Every year there is a new flu being introduced. Even though if you take the flu vaccine, you're prone to get a flu on you. So the diseases are kept on giving birth in this world because of the nature is being corrupted already. In order to reverse this one, we need to reverse everything. Get back the water into pure virgin back again. Get back the land into pure virginity again. Get back those air into uncorrupted way. So that's all things to be made in order to get the olden days same thing. So James writes in his chapter. What he writes in his chapter is James is the half brother of Jesus Christ, and the book of James is called the Proverbs of the New Testament. And he wrote 108 verse with the 54 commands in that one. He told in his book that if anyone is sick, he should go and tell his sickness to the elders for the prayers. A church is a place where corporate body of church meet together. We need to share everything with the people over there, because when you share your difficulties, those difficulties should humble the other partner in Christianity, a partner in the kingdom service. That's how the church should function. The church is a place, it's a corporate worship should be done. Not like the modern day Christianity. We go to church for 1 hour. We stay there for 1 hour, just get message, like a sheep we come out. No, that's not the way that we should be. There is a big wall being maintained from Jewish people and Gentile people. We are supposed to get all the resources and understanding from them. We've been blocked by a big wall. We don't want to go back and see, because we said the Old Testament is Old Testament. Those all Jewish people follow that. We don't follow Old Testament. Basically, everything in the Old Testament should be followed by the New Testament people. That's what the Bible talks about. If we don't obey, if we don't follow the commandments, if we don't follow the dietary laws which is mentioned in the Old Testament, that is the modern day nutritional science. Understand these points. These modern day nutritional science is nothing but the olden day dietary laws. We don't follow the dietary laws. If we follow those things, if we follow the commandments, if we obey the God's law, if we obey God, the first century Christianity, there was no denomination in the first century itself. Jesus was a messianic Jew. Jesus was a messianic Jesus, and he established the messianic Christianity. Folks, understand this one. No denominations in the first century. If you want to follow Jesus, you will follow a denomination-less Jesus Christ, a pure Jesus Christ, a Jesus Christ without any denominations. That's what we should know. You cannot see Jesus Christ through the eyes of a denomination. That's very bad. That's what we are struggling in right now. So make sure that there is healing, there is heaven's care, God cares for us all the time. Pray and you get healed. Even physicians nowadays, when they go to do surgery, they pray and go. They want to get their surgery successful because they don't know what's going to happen. So that's what I'm telling. So ultimate healer, anything happens on this earth, ultimate healer is only God, because God is the owner of this body. He created us. He took care of us. He knows what is going in our body. So He's the only owner of this one. As long as He owns each and every cell, and can be the only healer of our body. And it is our duty to keep our physical body clean and safe. That's what I'm talking about. Don't intoxicate anything in your physical body. This is a body where the Spirit resides in. If you have that sense in you, if you have that feeling in you, if you have that zeal in you, you will never introduce or you will never inject anything in your physical body. Okay? So, healing, the divine healing, still there. The heaven's care is still there for us. There's a care plan for us. So, we need to follow that one. Okay? Divine healing and heaven's care. Follow the rules, obey God's commandments, obey the dietary laws, what God says, and obey the church, how to fellowship with the Messianic Jewish Christian way. I'll come back with you another thought next time. Be safe. Signing off. Bye.